think we on. Why are you looking at me like that, Craig? You want to introduce us, man? You always start off talking with a little something. Yeah, okay. Well, he being different. So tonight we want to talk about some. It's just a variety of different topics that I thought were interesting that came up during the week. He came up a couple too that he thought was interesting. Some I saw on Facebook. Others it's just things something happened and it made me think of a situation or something. So, um, the first one I want to discuss. He doesn't know what topics they are either because I didn't tell him. I know what his topic is, but he doesn't know what mine are. So the first one I want to talk about. I'm in this group on Facebook. And it's one of the groups that like someone posted anonymously. So it's apparently it's something real that's happening to them, but they was asking for everybody's feedback. I thought it was kind of an interesting topic to discuss. So what the post was about was this guy stated that he cheated on his wife. So he cheated. He was apologetic for cheating, or whatever. You know how you men do. But here's the issue. The wife wanted him to sign a post-nup. She wanted him to sign a post-nup saying that if he cheated again, basically, I think it was something like if he cheated again, like it talked about like what she would get. Because if he cheated again, like she would divorce him, but she would also get like all this stuff without any contest from him, like without him disputing it. So I think it was something like, I don't know if it was half of everything or half of what's in the account or something, but I can't remember the details and my phone died, so I can't really bring up the details. But whatever it was a post-nup. And it was basically giving her this stuff from him if he ever cheated on her again. So his issue was he felt like he was conflicted about whether or not he should sign it because he felt like he didn't trust whether or not she was doing it just to like set him up. For example, he didn't know if she was going to just have him, like if she was still mad, she's going to have him sign this post-nup just so she could say, hey, you cheating on me again, or try to set him up some kind of way and then get the benefit from this post-nup. So I'll tell you what advice I gave him after. I want to hear back from you though, what you said, what advice you would give and what your thoughts are.
If you got to go through all that, she should leave him. Because in my aspect, from what you just described to me, and yes, I don't know nothing that she just said because I don't. These are like we had a great conversation earlier today that I wish we would record it. But if you got to go through all that to be in a marriage or a relationship, then you don't need to be in it. I don't think that she should. I don't think he should sign it. That's his choice. If he think that he can keep his manhood to himself and to him and his wife, then excuse me, I got my Wesley Snipes on, y'all. Then yeah, fine, cool. But I personally wouldn't sign nothing like that. Not that I think I would cheat again or anything like that. And I guess that's the argument. Well, why wouldn't you if you're not going to do it again? Well, you never know how somebody acts when they get mad. What happens if it doesn't work and we just end badly, and then you want to tell a lie and say that, oh, I cheated again, and so I wouldn't sign up like that personally. My opinion is, man or woman in that situation, you gotta go through all that to be with somebody, and you should leave. Like that's just too much. I understand a prenup, but I don't understand the postnup. That just doesn't make sense to me. Because the other argument is if she thinks that he may cheat again, then why should she even? So now you're monetizing your relationship. So I don't think that that's like if I was him, I kind of would be offended. But how can you really be offended if you cheated, right? I personally wouldn't sign that because I feel like now she's in it to try to get money or something. Like she's waiting on me to make a mistake. Because you don't never know those people. What are their financial situation? His financial situation. Like, do you even know that?
I didn't know. He didn't act like it was bad, though. I mean,
but all right. So yeah, I wouldn't sign nothing like that. Like, if that's the case, then let's go ahead and get it. You said he was married. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and get a divorce, and then because she's gonna get half anyway. Doesn't matter if he cheat again or not. So she gonna get half anyway. Whatever. So I definitely wouldn't sign nothing like that. I think that I'm not gonna say she's money hungry, but I think that she's trying to stay in the marriage for all the wrong reasons.
I don't know. I won't say that. Why? Maybe she think that's a way to. I'm not saying this is right, but maybe she think that's a way to guarantee that he won't. Like maybe she has no intention of leaving him, but she wants a guarantee almost.
Ain't no
per
guarantee.
se from him.
Ain't no guarantee because if he got money, then it's just money. He can just go stick his thing wherever he want to stick in the pay, and she off with her whatever.
So she's sometimes women will do like people will do stuff just to say like it gives them some type of assurance that this person is going to actually work towards not doing it again because they have this to lose.
Well, you should be enough that the woman or the man or whoever's in that situation should be enough that they got that to lose anyway without the monetary situation. I mean, that's why do you have to put a price tag on if I cheat, I got to get this? Like me cheating makes you deserve whatever.
Okay, but
the prize is you, not the money.
But it doesn't have to necessarily be money though. You can do a post up and it be anything. It doesn't have to be money. So like
you just no.
I know there's money.
All right, then. So we're talking about that. You're not gonna do that. You always do that. You're not doing that. You're gonna stay on what you brought up. You the one who brought this topic up.
I'm just trying to tell you that doesn't have to be money though.
No, that you're talking about what they said. So we're gonna stay on that. So then from in that specific thing that you said that they said, then if I cheat, you get half or whatever. The individual in the relationship should be the prize. Like if you tell me, okay, I'm gonna forgive you for cheating, right? If I cheated, you say, I'm gonna forgive you for cheating. It shouldn't be, well, if you cheat again, I'll forgive you, but if you cheat again, I get half the house, half the lake, half one of your shoes or the pair that. No, it shouldn't be none of that. It should be, you know what? I'm leaving because you are the prize. You're worth more than any of that materialistic stuff. And if you think that materialistic stuff means that much to me or means more to me than you should have never been with me in the beginning. But maybe it's just a guarantee that he won't. That's not a guarantee.
No. I'm saying like he won't put up a fight though, because again,
and that's still not a guarantee. People fight prenups all day, so why wouldn't he fight a postnup?
That's true. That's very true.
Well, I got a lawyer to say that. That's very true.
But
I've never made her bag down, y'all. Oh, shit. I won. I don't even want to talk about turn TV off. Let me turn the thing off.
This is the advice I gave him. This is what I said. Because I actually don't think it's a bad idea. Like, I can't remember the specifics that were included in that, but I don't think it's a bad idea. But this is what I said.
That's very shallow.
It's not. I don't think it's a bad idea.
That's very womanist of you.
Whatever, because this is what I said. I said that at this point, because again, he didn't have a problem with signing it because that's how sure he was that he was going to cheat again.
No. I'm sorry, I got to cut you off. That wasn't how sure he was. What he was saying, whatever he had to do to make sure he don't leave. That's what we was talking about.
No, but I'm saying, but his concern was like whether or not, like he didn't trust her now. You know, you said sometimes you do something to somebody, and because you did it to them, now you don't. Now you questioning whether or not they're gonna pay you back, and that's what his issue was, more so than the post nut. His issue was like, now I don't know if she gonna just purposely set me up. So my thing was like, okay, well, if you don't have an issue with signing it, right, and there's nothing in the post nut that makes you say, well, I can't do this, then I wouldn't sign it right now. I said, because you both have lost trust in each other. And I said that at this point, if you sign it, you're going to be wondering, you're going to be watching her every move to see if she's trying to set you up with something and she don't trust you already because of what you did, which is reasonable. I mean, I understand why she don't trust you. But I said, but first y'all got to work on trusting each other. I said, y'all work on trusting each other and building that trust back up. And then y'all come back and revisit that after the fact, because at that point, maybe she doesn't even want the post up anymore. Maybe you will be, don't say you more comfortable signing, but at the first and foremost, before y'all talk about post ups and everything else, y'all need to decide if you're gonna stay together, how to build y'all trust back up and get it so that you're not thinking she's gonna do something to pay you back and she's not thinking you're gonna go out and cheat on her again.
Well, from what you just described to me, her contingents of her staying with him is him signing the post up. So that's like all that you said, I understand, but that's not like.
No, but that's what I told him. I wouldn't sign it. I wouldn't sign it right now. Y'all need to work on y'all got other issues to work on. I said, because everything else is going to be futile. I don't care what else they put in place at this point. if you don't trust each other, all that stuff is going to just go down the drain. Nothing's going to work. He can say, well, okay, I'll agree to put a tracker on my phone so you can track me. But if you guys don't trust each other, then everything else is going to fail.
Then I go back to what I've always said. If you have to go through all of that, tracker on your phone, car, it's very uncomfortable. And then you shouldn't be together anyway. If you have to go through all of that to be with somebody, then that's not happiness. You should never feel as though that you're in a prison. You should never feel as though that you're in a box. You should never feel as though that you should never be uncomfortable in a relationship. So if you gotta go through all that, you shouldn't be with anybody. That's why I said, and I'm a former. You know how they say, if you're a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once an alcoholic, always like, yeah, whatever. That's maybe true. But I don't necessarily. It's different in every situation. So I'll say this: from somebody that used to play all those games and do all of those things, what have I always told you about cheating?
What do you mean? Like if you cheat on me?
If cheating in general, if you cheat on me, I cheat on you.
That is not done by accident. I mean, I don't know.
All right, then. So if it's not done by accident, what did I say? If I cheat on you, what did I tell you to do?
Don't ever take you back.
No matter what, no matter if I do what. Exactly. Because at that point, if we got to the point of me cheating or you cheating or whatever, like the trust is that trust is being in a marriage or a relationship, whatever you want to call it, is already a give and a take. Right. And then when you add that, and this is coming from somebody that has done these things, when you add the not trusting someone into it, then you're not at peace within yourself and you're not at peace within your relationship. And love demands more. If I can't be peaceful with you and be or have a peace about you and us, then we shouldn't be together.
Well,
and once you break that cheating thing, like the jokes we make, like I'm talking about you and I now, the jokes we make, if either of us cheat, then we can never make those jokes again. So that takes a significant part away from our relationship, the freedom, the freedom and the joking. So infidelity is going to kill all of that.
Yeah, but you can't tell. I mean, some people, if a partner cheats, they're willing to work through that, and so you can't dictate for other people what they're willing to take in a relationship. But still, if they're willing to work through that, then that person needs to the cheater needs to realize that they're not going to be comfortable. Like you're not going to just have peace all of a sudden. You didn't went out there and did something foul. But if you choose to continue in that relationship, I mean that's part of that. You accepting that you're not going to have peace like that, like just automatically, because there's nothing peaceful about building trust.
Well, there's nothing peaceful about breaking the trust neither.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Again, so like you can't expect that though if you're willing to stay in it.
Every time that I've cheated, it's been a choice. It's been selfishness.
And he never cheated on
not on her. I'm talking about in my past, in my younger days, in my past ignorant days or whatever, my disrespectful days. But every time that I've done that, it's because of a lack of respect from whoever I was with at that time. It may be too deep for guys to understand this, and y'all probably will say this, because he's married and he's just trying to put on whatever. But it was a lack of respect for myself as well as the relationship that I was in at that time. So, and it was a conscious choice. Anybody that cheats make a conscious choice. Like cheating is not a mistake. I only did it one time, it was a mistake. No, because if I just meet this person in this club and say, hey, how you doing? And go on about my business, then I can't get caught in the situation. But if I meet her and then we start talking, ha ha ha, he, all in the club, well, that could lead to a one night stand, maybe, right? If you exchange phone numbers, then you start talking to that person outside of the relationship that you're in. That's going to lead to other things. So cheating is a choice. And when you choose to cheat on somebody, that other person should choose to leave your ass, period. Because who wants to go through all of that? What you said, rebuilding or
rebuilding trust?
Yeah. Why should you have to rebuild trust if it's given? That's why I give people trust. And once I give it to you, then you're not going to get it back. Because if I trust you 100% and you go out, I can't trust you anymore. I just can't trust you anymore. So cheating is a choice. So my advice would be y'all break up. If you got to go through all that, get a divorce and go separate ways. That'll be my advice, though. Because again, he made that choice.
Yeah.
And if she makes the choice to stay, like that is always a hard thing, because when a guy cheats, what he ends up doing is, or a woman too, more from the guy's perspective, when we cheat, and like I've said this to you before, it's a give a dude a coochie coupon and it's redeemable at any time. Mm-hmm. So it's you can go to the store, in the grocery store, if you normally stay 20 minutes, but you stay 45 minutes because you went over here to go look at something else, we automatically gonna think you're with somebody else. Yeah. So like, who wants to go through that? And everybody is different, I get it, but how long does it take before I stop thinking like that? I don't think we ever stop thinking like that.
But you made the bed.
Exactly.
If you love the person, I mean, not just if you love, but if you're committed to making it work, you'll do that.
Yeah.
Hey Sawyer, thank you.
Yeah, I just
But I agree. Like, you love the man's more. Like, you shouldn't be out there cheating anymore.
Yeah. So and like I said, it's a choice. So my advice would be, if you got to do a post-nup, I can understand a prenup, because if you come in, I'm gonna try not to curse. If you come in this relationship with penis or vagina, and that's all you have, you should leave the relationship with penis or vagina, unless y'all built something together, and then you should, divide it equally. Mm-hmm. But cheating is not an option. And I've done it, and to the people that I've done it to, I was wrong. I can admit that I was wrong now. I don't know how many people I actually asked to forgive me, but it was a conscious choice that I made. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that they should do a post-nup.
Okay. So he says no post-nup. I say wait until you build your trust back up, then revisit. You can never.
So again, I'm gonna ask you again. Mm-hmm. Can you 100% rebuild trust? Like how we joke. If you cheated on me and I cheated on you, could you honestly say that you could trust me after infidelity like you do now? Ever again?
I'm not saying I can't, but I think some people can.
Hell, it can't be done.
I think some people can. Like the kid's granddad and the grandma, that's what they did. I mean, I think
they might. I ain't saying you can't stay together. No, I'm talking about the aspect of trusting somebody 100%.
Well, you know how I feel about the 100% trust anyway thing. So.
Oh, that's a topic we should.
I just don't think people ever trust people 100%.
I trust you 100%.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
At this point, I can't say that I can't say I've never had a doubt. Mm-hmm. But at this point, right now, I trust you 100%. I'll tell the world. I'll tell everybody right now. I don't believe my wife will ever cheat on me, even if I was a cheat, which I wouldn't. But I don't think she would ever cheat on me. And they always say, matter of fact, excuse me, I'm not gonna say ever, never. Y'all gotta excuse my beard too. I was doing the Wolverine thing. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. They say you don't never supposed to say never. I say you will never cheat on me, and I can say that to anybody, any of my friends in all of the world, because I trust you that much. I give you all of that. Mm-hmm. And if you ever did, that's the reason I said I would have to leave you.
Right, but like Sharita said, like trust is damn near impossible to rebuild after it's broken with that.
And that's my point. That's my point.
I've seen people do. Okay. I've seen people have successful long-term marriages afterward. I don't know, because I never asked these people, like, did you fully trust this person again? But from all intents and purposes, when I saw them interact and when I saw how they were when they were away from each other, it was no trust issues after that. So I don't know. I think some people can do that, and it depends on where you're at mentally, how you grow, where you're at with your relationship, as far as your spiritual relationship, all of that plays a role in, because spiritually and religion, if you're a Christian, or if you believe in the higher being, I mean, what's taught? It's like you're not supposed to. You can't forgive someone and then keep bringing up what they've done to you in the past.
No, but it is a thing called I'll forgive you, but I'll never forget. So
I think you're supposed to forgive and forget.
You're supposed to, but I don't think That's where we fall short. Since you want to bring up religion, that's where we fall short at because we're not God. Yeah. So then, therefore, the human nature will forgive, but you'll never forget that, right? So I also say to what you had said about you seeing people, you think people have done it, yada yada yada, whatever. No, I think what you have seen was people work through it and manage to get back to a good place in their relationship. I don't think they ever forgot that hurt, because that now again, I can't say I've ever been hurt to the extent of somebody cheating on me, right? And that's another reason that I say I can't forgive you if you cheat on me, because I know what that pain will feel like, because I've caused that pain to people before. And if I have to feel that pain, I can never look you in your face honestly and be like, I can say I can forgive you, but I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. That's sort of like me losing my parent. I can never forget one of my parents passed. Right. You know, I could get through the hurt. Right. The hurt just get easier, but you'll never forget that. Because once you cheat, it's like losing a loved one to me. Yeah. Because you lost I'm out of liquor. And I got something in my D.
Sherita said they stay together and cheat secretly. I've seen that happen too. But I mean, I just don't know. Like, I just think, I don't know. But again, I don't know. What about if a baby is the result of infidelity? Now, you know what? I've heard that happen before. Ooh, there was a counselor. This was even worse. This is what she told me. The wife had cheated on the husband. Not only did she get pregnant by the guy she cheated with, but this was a white couple, but the baby was by a black dude. So the husband had no choice, but every time he saw that baby, to be reminded that not that just that the baby wasn't his, but that the baby was a result of her cheating on him. Now, I don't know how he was able to. Now, she said they stayed together. I don't know how they were able to do that. I just couldn't.
I'll say this.
I couldn't.
I'll say this, right? I'll say two things to that, Sherita. One, to what she's talking about. Number one, we can't say everybody. Like for me to sit here and say everybody can't read, because everybody is different individuals, right? So you can't say everybody or nobody rather cannot get through it and not 100% fully trust somebody again. If I say that, I'll be asinine. Like, everybody is different, everybody's built different. But I think I think this is me and no studies. 85% of
you go to throw some figures out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some numbers out there. 85% of people can't do that. Yeah, right. So 85% of people out there can't do that, right? Now, the other thing is this. As far as a baby being involved, right? To answer your question, I think it's a lot easier for a woman. In most cases, for a woman, she says she can't honestly believe her. For most cases, a woman will forgive a man for having a baby on her quicker than a man will forgive a woman for having a baby on him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw some other numbers out here. So that's probably about 95% of the time. But so if a baby, first of all, even if I had a thought of forgiving you for cheating on me, if you ever cheated on me, because I'm so in love with you and all that, if I had a thought about it, right, maybe I'll try it. But if you got pregnant, oh, hell no. Nah. Oh, hell no. That same thing I say about if you ain't even got to have sex with. It'd probably be easier for me to forgive if I knew for a fact you didn't have sex. Maybe if you kissed them, I'm okay. Let them rub on your breast or touch on your booty. But y'all was in a public place, but not in a private place. I probably can forgive that part of cheating versus, you in his house and y'all naked and no, I can't do this. Yeah, I'm out of here. You might as well did it. You might as well did it at that point.
Right.
So, but as far as the baby, back to what Sherita said, as far as the baby, I don't think,
yeah, I couldn't do that.
I know I couldn't do it because I'm not about to be. We've been married a little bit over a year, been together 3 years, and all of a sudden you pop up pregnant by another nigga. Excuse me. Another dude. Yeah, I'm not about to be sitting here because then the dude actually, if he's a good guy, it'll be
no, but
maybe
look,
maybe if
we're married, no, but if we're married, he has no rights because that's the law.
Yeah, I don't care about that. He got every right. He got every right. I'm not taking. That's a whole nother stuff. I ain't taking no. The 8 here, yeah, they were here before me.
Right.
But you think you gonna go get pregnant by another dude, and I'm gonna let the law say, "Oh no"?
Oh, say it's your kid.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
She said, "What if they cheat with somebody that's the same?" Now you know what? If he cheated with somebody that's the same sex, I'm not gonna be as hurt.
Oh yeah, that's a conversation that we had.
I'm not gonna be hurt because at that point I couldn't have gave him what he needed anyway. He needed a man.
You got a booty hole.
No, you need a man.
You got a booty hole. No, that's what he wanted. That's what he was getting.
No, he wanted a man.
He wanted some booty hole.
No,
that's what he got. You got one of those.
No.
Yeah. Well, so that Sharita, that's another one. That's another one. Like, so that's different from men and women as well. I don't know how. That's a good question. I would like to know how a lot of women feel. She and I actually had a discussion before. From a man perspective, wow, I don't want to speak for all men on this. Most men want to be with 2 women anyway, so they're gonna be thinking, "Oh, my wife or my woman is she like women? Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get involved in that." And we're so ignorant as men, we don't understand that. If she's with that woman, she probably don't want to be with you. That's why she with the woman. Because she wanted to be with you and the woman, she would have invited you. But men, we probably would be like, hey, we get her to do this, that, whatever. But me personally, this version of me, guys, y'all don't know the other version of me. This version of me, you cheat with a woman, you might as well cheat with a man. Cheating is cheating. My wife is mine, 100% mine. Don't need to go with anybody else. I don't want to see it with anybody else. Don't want to envision the thought of her touching anybody else or nothing like that. So, but for most men, I would say, y'all want some more Jermaine numbers?
He gonna need all the Jermaine.
So I'm gonna say about 97% of men.
No study conducted. No.
97% of men. No surveys. 90% of men. Percent of men probably would stay with their woman if they cheated with another. Actually, I ain't even gonna go that high. I'm gonna say probably about 85%, 80% of men will stay. Because I've seen guys that say no if she cheats with a woman, he's leaving too. Right. So that's I just think guys will be more forgiving of that than with a woman. Right.
And man, I'm sorry you had to go through all that in your marriage. But he said he forgave. He did forgive. But did you forget though? Because that's what Jermaine thing is like. You can forgive, but you don't forget. I think forgetting is part of forgiveness. So.
Yeah, well, it is, but I guarantee you, who's that, Matt? Matt, let me ask you a question. Like she said, obviously you got through, and congratulations, you're a better man than me. First of all, I'll say that. And you don't have to be honest. You don't have to really say if you don't want to, but I'm just curious if like, do that ever creep in your mind, right? Like, will she do it again?
Well, he's divorced now, but he said,
oh, well.
Yeah.
She must have did it again.
I think he just got divorced.
I'm just playing, man. Don't pay me no attention. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Good
night, Sharita. Love you too.
We'll be home in a couple days. Oh well, she'll be home. I'll be up there with her, whatever the case is. Yes. Anyway, that's all I got on that topic.
Okay. Yours was what? How to disagree? Fair?
Yeah, so we're gonna give y'all a little bit of insight. I ain't gonna go too deep in what happened. We just had a recent
I forgot unless someone triggers him.
Yeah, well, but the trigger is there because of what happens, which means which means you forgot. But did you really forget because it's a trigger? That's my anyway. But yeah, congratulations, man. You're a better man than me. But this is what I was gonna say too. We had a disagreement about a week ago, right? And it was pretty bad, pretty bad. And what it made me realize is that every relationship, especially because this is my wife, we have to learn how to. And I guess this is not really a topic; it's more of a what would you call it? confession or expression, or I don't know.
Yeah.
This is more of a statement. Let me say that. What I learned is that we have to learn, when I say we, people in relationships, marriages, whatever, have to learn how to disagree with respect. Because everybody's going to have disagreements. I really don't like saying arguments, you guys, because that sounds like harsh, but disagreements, and you can disagree and be respectful, right? Not saying that we was, just doing all extra stuff, but yet and still, some things were said, some things was done that wasn't respectful on both parts, right? And the thing about that is, in relationships, you just have to learn how to disagree with respect and honor, and understand that that person that you're arguing with is not, that person that you're arguing with is not your enemy. I tell her this often, even when I'm the maddest at you, I'm still deeply in love with you. So if I'm going to say that, then I have to understand, when I'm that mad, then I have to understand how much in love I am with you. And I realize that. And I just think that that's a big thing in relationships as well. Relationships, marriage. And when I say relationships, I'm talking about marriages in the whole 9 yards. So, just be mindful of that, guys. Whoever you with, and if you're with anybody, or when you do become with somebody, that it's okay to disagree, have disagreements, but in that moment, understand that they're not your enemy. They're not the average man or woman that's on the street that you may have a disagreement with or argument with. At the end of the day, that's who you're committed to.
Right. And
then you love them even in that moment. And that's a growth. It's a learning thing for us. For me anyway, after I reassessed the situation and started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's my wife. I shouldn't be that mad at her because of something like that, because that's my wife. She felt that way. And I heard what you said last night too when I touched base. Just want to let you know that I may not necessarily understand it, but I heard what you said. So that's that. That's all I wanted to say about that specific thing. Just learn how to disagree with respect.
Yeah.
So
that's very important. And then that's so much stuff. We'll talk about all the other stuff.
And I still say, hold on. And I still say, she had me. First of all, y'all, we dressed up this year. Well, I don't celebrate. Well, I used to didn't celebrate Halloween, right? I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around, guys. This is just our weekend review. That's what we should have made the title, weekend review.
Yes.
So the first year I ever dressed up at Halloween, we went to I don't know if you guys watch Martin, but I was Jerome, and I had her dress up as Otis, first and second place. Excuse me. My wife don't know who the heck Otis is, right? But she did it, and she actually nailed it, really, truthfully, way more than I look like Jerome. Cool, whatever. This year, she had me go as Wolverine. Now, I know who Wolverine is because of the movies or whatever, but I'm not really a Marvel. Is it Marvel?
See, you know what?
Who is it?
Yes.
All right, so I'm not really a Marvel guy like that, right? Hence the beard. Wait a minute, with the camera right there. Hence the beard. That's why this is shaved like this, and this is like I was looking like trying to look like Wolverine. But I told her, I said, people gonna know she was Storm. Drop dead gorgeous, by the way. She killed it. I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna know who the heck I am. I'm a black guy. How in the hell ain't gonna know I'm Wolverine? Right? So I did pretty good with the beard. I filled it in with like little line or whatever. I did just cut that down. So that part was fine. Had the claws and everything. And like 2 black people knew who the heck I was.
Babe.
Luckily, we didn't go to a costume costume party. We did, but it was a house party and we had to leave early. But if we would have went to, we would have.
You would have won. Yes, you would have. You look like Wolverine.
No, I did not. I'm black. I had a jacket on, a leather jacket on.
It was Wolverine origin jacket.
Okay, and a belt, and some jeans, and a wife beater. Something that people wear every day.
And a Wolverine hair.
Something people wear every day. Ain't nobody know what the heck I was. I just had to throw that out there. Yeah. So what's your other topic?
So this is I guess the last one we'll talk about tonight. We'll talk about the other ones later. But this is we talked about this before, but I'm going to reiterate it because it's something that kind of reminded me of this, right? And I think that a lot of times I see this happen a lot of times situations. People get married or they're with a partner, and the friends that the partner bring to the relationship, they just feel like they're their friends too, and they're their friends, but they're not their friends like they are their partner friends. If that makes sense, they don't have that same sense of loyalty to you. They don't. At the end of the day, if you're not with that person, something should happen when y'all break up. That person's not gonna be your friend all up in your face again.
That's not necessarily
That
true.
is true. It's very much
That's
true.
not necessarily
It
true.
is. How's it not true?
I mean, so you made me see your viewpoint, and I agree with you like 98% on that. I'm good with these percentages. Like 98% of that, I agree with your viewpoint. And after we had that discussion, that was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, my friends are gonna be my friends, and they're gonna be your friends on circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll use Trey. What I will say is this: of course, Trey gonna be loyal to me because he's my friend.
Right.
If we divorced, Trey still would be your friend because he's that type of individual, right? What Trey wouldn't do, I could be over here doing whatever. Trey ain't gonna come back to me. You can call Trey and be like, "Hey, will you do this for me? This, that, and the third. Or I need your help." Trey gonna come. I promise you, he's that type of guy. I promise you, he is. And what he wouldn't do on top of that, and he's my brother. What Trey wouldn't do is if I'm over here doing this, he ain't gonna come back to you telling you I'm doing that. If you're over here doing this, he ain't gonna be like, "Man, I seen Zorano, and Zorano was with this dude doing this," even though we're all apart. Because Trey is that type of individual.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love him. He's a different type of guy. D may be like that. Nah, D wouldn't do that. I think D'd be like, "Yeah, man, I seen your ex-wife, boy. She was yeah. That's something different." But for the most parts, because like I said, you can't say everybody.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say everybody, but my point is, people, I've seen too many times where people get in these relationships, and it's particularly the women, and maybe they don't have a whole lot of friends to begin with, or maybe they just start dedicating themselves to their partner, and so then they absorb their partner friends in a way, and they spend all the time with the partner friends, and then when something happens to that relationship, they're all alone, or they feel like they're all alone because they've neglected their friendships that they had before their partner because they put all this time into their partner and his friends, and now his friends aren't really their friends like that. And so I think people have this misconception that, I don't know, just hit me again, like, yeah, your partner friends are not your friend. Because at the end of the day, again, like I said, if your partner moves on and they're with someone else, that same person that was calling you sister or brother or whatever, going to be calling that new person sister, brother. They're going to be all up in that new person's face. They're going to be all up in that new person telling them, "Oh, he loves you," blah. They're going to be telling them the same thing that they used to tell you.
Oh, but guess what? Now something else, now we about to have a discussion.
Why?
Because isn't that the same thing with family?
No.
Oh, why is it not?
Totally different.
Why is it not? Because if I'll use Jimmy, right? Your family still look at Jimmy as family.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy then went and got married to somebody else, and this, that, and the third. You just told me he still call you brother. He still, which I'm fine. I'm fine with. Jimmy, I love you. You my brother too. But they still kept him and didn't disown him because of y'all split up.
Right.
So then why a friend can't be like that?
Because I don't think friends do that. Friends don't have that level of commitment.
But how would a family have that type of level of commitment to somebody that's not biologically family? Like, why couldn't a friend be able to do the same thing?
I didn't say that they can't, but I'm saying most of the time they won't.
And most
friends are more apt to take sides and everything else as opposed to family. Well, and again, you got
no, that's not
true.
No,
wait.
Heck no.
This is what I'm thinking about. I'm talking about when you're talking about certain families, because a lot of people don't. Now, it's not, our family's kind of just unusual. They're not the norm. You don't have great majority of families that are absorbing people's spouses and stuff like that, and they still hanging around like that when they're not together. You don't have a large amount of that happening anyway. So I guess it actually depends on the type of family you with. If you just have a loving family, no, they're not going to just all of a sudden just diss somebody because they're not there. But I've seen it happen with friends repeatedly, over and over and over, because friends feel like they have to divide their loyalty or something.
I mean, I agree to that part.
And I think there's a difference when you're talking about being absorbed in somebody's family and then being absorbed in somebody's friendship circle. I think those are two totally different things. Because when you're absorbed into a family, it could be that you had kids by this person, so that family, you know what I'm saying? So they essentially your nephew or niece's dad or mother, you know what I'm saying? So you don't just cut ties with them like that. You just, it's sometimes impossible because they're related to you through the kids almost. So that's a totally different scenario as far as opposed to just friends though. Because your friends, like and it's hard to trust friends because again, especially if you have those ones that have this whole loyalty thing set up. Like for example, on the biking world, they like that.
Don't even bring up the bike world.
I'm just saying they like that.
No,
And I've seen people that this has happened to. Like there's been documentaries on the ID channel, so we're like that's happened to people. Like they thought that they husband friends, they friends. Then when they got divorced, like they didn't have any friends because they all turned against them. Especially if you have like a messy ending to your relationship.
I agree. I mean, I agree with 90% of what you're saying. I'm not, I agree with 90%, 95% of what you're saying. I just think that it's very much possible.
Yeah, see, I would see why they would, Jay, that the mom, your child's mother and mother talk almost every day, because I mean, there's a kid involved too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just cut them ties like that.
Yeah, well, that's like.
But it'd be funny though. But it'd be funny when you see people.
That's a little bit different because like my family, I'm done with you, they done with you. Kids and no kids. We're dealing with the kids. They ain't got to speak to you.
Really?
I'm a hood dude. Niggas was alive anyway.
But anyway, that was my point. It's like people always your friends, your partner's friends, not your friends. So don't just rely on them for your friendship circle, because at the end of the day, it's just not.
That's a short topic. I do got something else I want to talk about right quick though, right? Well, I don't even, again, mine's more of a statement, I guess. We'll talk about this Kyrie Irving.
Oh, here we go.
This Kyrie Irving and Kanye West thing. If anybody thinks, let me see how I want to say this. If anybody thinks Kanye is crazy,
he gonna get us kicked off the internet.
If anybody thinks Kyrie is crazy, that's why I'm trying to word this correctly. If anybody think, not Kyrie, anybody think Ye is crazy, then I'm gonna need you to take a strong look in the mirror. Because what's happening to Kyrie is exactly what Kanye was talking about. Now, you don't have to agree with everything Kanye says, because I don't. Definitely didn't agree with the George Floyd comment. But he was doing it from a viewpoint of a documentary he seen that showed a different side of what really happened, in my opinion. So that's his opinion on that. And I definitely don't agree with that. But let's say a certain you want to say heritage, or is it race? Which one is
ethnicity?
it? Ethnicity. Thank you. A certain ethnic group. Yeah, sorry. Runs the entertainment business, right? And they have their foot on everybody's neck, and that's what Kanye's big point is. Like how they are running it, and they control everything, and you can't say nothing, because once you do, this is what happens. They make it where you take contracts and everything else away, and they hit you in your pockets. So what I want to say, what I've learned out of this, is if they can hit us in their pockets, then we can hit them in their pockets. What do you say? How did you say that earlier about the black people? We have the spending power, right? And we as a race need to understand that. Because let me tell y'all something. Nike, and I'm almost at the point where I say I ain't gonna buy. I'm not gonna wear Nikes no more. Almost.
Did they put his shoes back on?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to allude to. So I'm almost at the point where I don't want to wear Nikes no more. Not because they even dropped Kyrie. It's because of the hypocrisy. The nerve of them to sit here and drop Kyrie, right? Because of he tweeted a book. He didn't say nothing about the book, didn't quote nothing out of the book, and he just tweeted it. And he has to go through all of this. And then Nike drop him. But Nike still got their shoes on Amazon that's selling the book, promoting the book basically, and it's a #1 seller on the book and the movie.
Yeah.
On the dang on website. But they got their shoes on their platform. And then they turn around and now they're reselling Kyrie shoes again. Right? So all of this is a game to them, or what is, I can't get my words together. All of this is just to show a certain type of face for their company, because they really don't care about nothing but money. Right? And they don't want to offend the specific people that got their foot on everybody's neck. And that's what all this boils down to. Now, I'm against should I say black or African American? What's more politically correct? I'm one of them, right? So I understand the hate speech and the anti-Semitism, whatever the heck the word is, that goes on in this world, and I definitely don't agree with it, right? But Kyrie didn't say nothing at all, and look what he's getting, because those certain people had an issue with him doing that, and that's exactly what Kanye, because Ye said, and I agree to that. He changed his name to Ye, so anybody calling him Kanye is being disrespectful. So Ye said these people are these type of businessmen, and look what happened. I'll tell you something else I didn't know. I didn't even know the Brooklyn. I'm gonna say this. I didn't even know the Brooklyn Nets owner was Jewish, and just that tweet alone, and because he's Jewish, he don't agree with what's going on in the book or the documentary or whatever. So yeah, he's probably the owner, the Jewish guy, is probably offended by that. So all of that is a power trip to me. I dare you to do something that I'm against. And I just say that y'all really, we as black people need to see what's going on. That's all Ye was saying. You don't have to agree with him, but stop calling that man crazy. Stop calling that man crazy, because this is exactly what he was saying. Same thing happened to Nick Cannon. They put their foot on Nick Cannon's neck. Now Nick Cannon, I don't even think he black anymore. He said he a whole other person. He said they made him say he was something else just to get his check back. Now, I can't say you right or wrong for if you don't want to lose your business ventures and contracts. I can't count your money. I can't count their money. But what I will say is, from a respect standpoint, a moral standpoint, if you believe in something, these guys are already filthy rich, right? Richer than most of us will ever imagine or ever be. Then stand on your principles, because the money that you have, you can live comfortably off of, and this, that, and the third, but stand on your principles. That's all I got to say. But about that, like, man, I don't think most average middle class African American black people are really against Kyrie. It's these businesses and these companies and all of that that's against him.
No, but the reason why what's happening to Kyrie can happen to Kyrie, because nobody backed Kanye, because everybody, because black folks wanted to be all upset about whatever he said about slavery and George Floyd. So in a way, it's a trickle down effect. If you don't stop it should have been nipped in the bud when they did it with Nick Cannon, right? No one and nobody, we didn't really stand up with regards to that. And then when they would start doing the stuff to everybody, we want to condone, that's to be okay with that. But it's a slippery slope. Like talk about this even in law school. Okay, when you start one thing, it's a slippery slope. Now that means it's gonna continue to get bad, and it's gonna end up a result that you don't like. So if you can't fight for one aspect of it out of the pure sense of this is just wrong, like even if you thought he was crazy, yeah, okay, he may be crazy, but y'all know y'all wrong or y'all fucked up for doing this or effed up for doing this. If you can't fight it on that ground alone, then you're leaving the door open for it to happen to people like Kyrie, who most people don't think did anything at all wrong, right? So you leave the door, and if we allow it to happen to him, this is going to happen to somebody else, and it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen. They're going to continue to keep black folks where they want black folks at, like just shut up and drill the ball, or whatever they said, or just shut up and play, or just shut up and entertain us, because that's all y'all capable of doing, and that's where they're going to keep us at, or try to keep us at. But we don't like you said, Matt, we don't get together. Jay, I need to read up on Tom Joyner's boycott with John Deere, because I don't think I don't remember that one. So I need to read up on that one with regards to John Deere. I remember Cracker Barrel, but I don't remember the John Deere one. So I'm gonna definitely go and research that. But we just haven't had any type of successful boycotts really, since, like you said, since those periods, and that's crazy. That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand why we can't get together. We so busy fighting each other. We the only group of people that's so one-dimensional. We think all of us got to think alike, but we can't find a common ground and a common goal. Like, if we have a common goal of wanting to be better as a community, it should be okay that we have diverse thoughts as long as we can come together on that common goal. And I don't understand why we can't understand it. You got people in the LGBTQ community. They don't all think alike, but they'll come together for some stuff real quick. So I don't understand that. The other thing is, like, we probably should be wondering why these people don't want to be associated with black folks, because that's the only time it seems like there's an issue when black people saying, hey, we're Black Hebrews, and then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. So we need to kind of determine or think about why is that. Black people such a horrible race or ethnicity that you don't want to deal with African American. You don't want to even be associated with African Americans. That's crazy. But we don't think on that level because we're too busy calling people crazy and sellouts, just selling out before money and getting on TV. And these celebrities offering I used to like LeBron. I'm questioning you because why do you even have to offer an opinion on it? They could have said something like KD. KD, he didn't. What he came out and said was more neutral, and I can respect that more than you coming out there and just saying that Kyrie did something wrong. Just shut your mouth. If you don't want to be involved and then lose your bag, that's crazy.
So I agree with you on that. Like, I'm not a LeBron fan, right? Like, as far as basketball, the business acumen, the even what he's doing this year and gonna break Kareem's record. I appreciate the greatness, right? Just not the LeBron fan when it comes to basketball like that. But what he did with his statement, and if you think about it, he got $1 billion Nike contract. Mm-hmm. So it behooved him to say that because of what Nike was doing. It's all business interests. And I'm not going to say LeBron don't do things for the community. I'm not trying to play him like that. But he said that because it helped his business and he stood up for Nike. Basically, that's what he did. He took Nike's side so he wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah, but he didn't have to come in and say anything, period.
But Nike probably told him to say something.
People have contracts.
Yeah, but then
so you're going to materially breach your contract for no reason because they can't say he did anything against his contract. So then that's when black people start suing.
They said Kyrie did something.
I know, but that's when black people start suing, though. If you're in the position of LeBron, you can sue. Like, stop acting like y'all in these contracts that don't give you any rights. Because if you got a contract that don't give you any rights, then you were fucked up anyway. I mean, you just not knowledgeable, because what kind of attorney you got that guy gave you a contract where they can just terminate it for no reason? Most people, if you're smart enough, you have a contract, and if there's a material breach of the contract, you sue them. So he didn't have to come out and say anything. I don't care what kind of contract he had with Nike. Unless he came out and said something that was crazy, he didn't have to. Nike could have said, "Oh, we're gonna end our contract with you." For what? Start taking their asses to court and suing them.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, but
you take your ass to court. You don't have to say anything.
No, he didn't.
You don't have to be the representative of let me go out there and talk against every black man that says something that's supposed to be wrong.
But that's
not part of your contract.
But that goes back to I don't even want to say that. That goes back to like my man said, falling in line, right? So it goes back to, boy, go pick that cotton. Yes, sir. Because Nike probably said, LeBron, we need a favor. We need you to say something. I guarantee you they did.
No, he came out, his ass came out because that's what black folks do.
He probably did it because of the interest from Nike, the battery Nike.
He did that on his own. Just like all the rest of them was on there talking, just the beats talking. And nobody told them they had to say that.
Oh my God,
they just got in there and said that.
Shaq, I'm like every year who I make on 2K.
Shaq.
Every year, Shaq is like one of my favorite players of all time. When I seen that, first of all, he called that man an idiot, right? He called that man an idiot. And then turn around and say all that stuff he said, but you didn't bought a movie theater. And before this even hit Netflix, he made money off the movie. Because I seen that. That was like last year, I think.
Yeah.
And he showed it in his movie theater. But why? Okay, so Amazon, Shaq, and movie theaters could do it, and all of this, and Apple, and nobody's saying nothing to them. Nobody's saying nothing. This is mom, man. Look, man.
And that's what I'm saying. These people didn't have to come out and say anything. They saying this stuff because they're doing exactly like back in the day where you had the house Negro and the field Negro, and that's what they're doing. And that's exactly why supposedly Harriet Tubman had threatened some of them slaves that she's supposed to try to free because they were being that, and have that same mindset right now today.
Yeah, well.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of right. Slavery's a choice because we continually operate out of a slave mentality, even when we don't have to.
I'm gonna address
that is a choice.
I'm gonna address that too, right? Normal thinking people or average thinking people, and you the one made me understand this, because I'm an average thinking person. When Kanye said, if I wouldn't have been with her, I'd probably been in line with everybody else. Slavery was a choice. Like, dude, what the heck are you talking about? How is slavery a choice? We didn't choose to be slaves. That's how the normal mind thinks, right? Before I say what I'm going to say, I'm going to make a parallel. We had to choose between Biden and Trump. Whatever your beliefs of who Trump is, if he's the worst president in the world to you, right? Nothing that Biden did said that he was going to be better than Trump. So it was a choice. Who do you choose? This bad guy?
No, they kept saying lesser of two evils.
The lesser of two evils, right? So same thing with slavery. Those people chose to be in the field. Well, what is the other choice? They could have fought. Oh, well, they would have died and got killed. It's a choice. Either you're going to go out here and do what massa say, or you're going to fight for what you believe and stand in. It's still a choice. It may not be the best choice in the world, but it's a choice. So now that I ask, was slavery a choice? And to me, the answer is yes, because you could have chosen to stand up. You probably would have died. But you chose to fight for something that was right. If you lost your life, hey, you lost your life.
Then he was still talking about people's mindset today, though, too. Because we're still enslaved.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what he was talking about, too. And people couldn't even think that deep. Oh, he just talking about slavery back in time was in chains. No, y'all, most of y'all still in chains right now today.
And I'm curious to see how
mental chains.
I'm curious. I just read today though, the player union, as far as Kyrie, the player union is totally against what Brooklyn trying to do to make him go through all of that.
Okay.
So we'll see how that turns out. But what I'll say is this: I'm curious to see Kyrie's stance on this. I ain't gonna be mad at him either way, because really he didn't do anything wrong. Because he has a choice. He can either do that list, be like, yo, y'all not making me do that. I didn't do anything wrong, and stand on what he believed in. Now it's a choice. It's not a good choice. I mean, he has to be satisfied with the choice he makes. If he chooses to do that list, whatever, everybody can say, oh well, he don't mean it, he's just doing it to keep his job. It's a choice. Or he can choose like, yo, I'm worth 80 million and I made my money. I'm not doing that. Y'all not gonna belittle me like that. I don't know what's best for him. I don't know what well, if I got 80 million and I'm 30 years old, I'm probably gonna choose to fight you in court and get another 150 million. I'm gonna be the Colin Kaepernick of basketball, right? That's what I would be. But it's a choice. It's a choice. Any way you look at it, people. With that being said,
we just gotta start doing more as far as fighting, and I mean, if money, like I said, means that much to people who already got a lot of money, to the point where they unwilling to fight and unwilling to stand up for what they believe, then we're pretty much still enslaved. Because there's a lot of changes Black folks, especially these black athletes and celebrities, could actually force. Even if, you know, the different ethnic groups own the companies and different things, they're not forcing us to play ball. Okay?
73% of the league is Black.
And if we just stood together for one time,
and it won't take that long. It won't take that long. It won't take that. I promise you. If we stand together for 90 days, it won't
take as long as the Montgomery boycott.
90 days. And I don't blame you. And I don't blame you, brother. If we stand together for 90 days, right? They'll see. First of all, I don't even think it take 90 days. It take what? A month to cripple the economy. That's what it'll take. What do you think? I think it takes about a month to cripple the economy, but we just got to do it. And did it. It just do. Matter of fact, it don't even take that long. Nobody go buy nothing for Christmas. Stay your butt at home with your family, enjoy your family, and don't buy. I know it's gonna be hard on the kids. Again, it's a choice. It's a choice. Don't buy your kids nothing for Christmas. Everybody said if we had a group of Black people where we can go somewhere, say, you know what, this Christmas we ain't buying nothing. I guarantee you they'll feel it. They will feel it, because what happened is you're hitting the powers that be in the pocket. Just like they did Kanye, just like they trying to do Kyrie and any other Black man that speaks out against the what they call it, the machine, right? They go directly to their pockets. Well, if you hit them where they hit you at, they got way more money than us. You hit them where they hit you at, and be like, oh, wait a minute. We need to talk to these people. We need to change something. We need to change something. But look here, only person I talk to for over an hour is my wife when I'm on the phone, when I'm away from her. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna try to
we'll be back. I got more topics that we didn't get to, so I don't know. Tomorrow, whenever we have a chance, we'll be so busy sometimes. But I will leave y'all with this, a thought to think about. Since this last topic is, consider this. Can you really tear down Master's house with Master tools?
You never said that one to me.
Think about that.
That was kind of good. That's kind of good.
So
with that being said, I just thought of something that we're going to do after we get finished every one of these little things. We're going to kiss one another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah, I did.
You sure?
Yeah, I brushed my teeth there.
Breathe. Oh, shit. Listen. And something else I want to do too, y'all. I want to tell y'all this. Y'all share this if you want to, please, because what we're going to try to do is put more positivity in the world, because I see a lot of things that's the original thing that my vision for this was when we first started talking about it was see a lot of people talking about how couples, how men are against women and women are against men.
Especially Black.
Yeah, especially Black people, right? So the thing about it is we're not perfect. We're going to disagree or whatever, but we put it on the table. Divorce will never be an option for us, right? Unless you cheat on me. But then there still ain't an option. It still ain't an option. It's death, and then because I'm gonna kill him. But anyway, my point is,
it wasn't domestic violence month just last month.
That's not domestic violence. That's death. But what I'm saying is, I see too many times that women say men ain't this, and women to do this, and yada yada yada. If you keep putting negativity out in the world, right? I've never seen, or in the ones that have happened, and maybe I don't search the internet enough neither, don't stay long, like chats or podcasts or lives or whatever. People do it for a minute and then stop. Like just as well as the hate and the discontent in relationships is putting out there daily, because you can go on the internet daily and see people talking negative and all that other stuff about relationships. I want to put some positive stuff out there. And then again, like I said, we're not perfect. We're still growing. It's I swear to, we've been together 3 years, married for a year and some months. And it seems like we've been knowing each other forever. It's like we just said, damn, has it really been 3 years? It seems like I've been knowing you like 30 years already. Right. So like I just want to promote positive energy and positivity in relationships. And I'm not going to tell y'all all our business, but when we have, certain disagreements, we may come tell you how we resolved them, or, how we did it our way to make us stay, keep our foundation strong.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say. I appreciate the people that tuned in. To the people that's going to tune in later, because y'all coming. Appreciate y'all too. And I love you.
Love you too.
Peace.
Have a good night.